Hey, what's up, Rockstars? It's Rox. Welcome back to the channel. All right, let's talk about the stimulus bill that is in effect. Let's talk about BreonnaTaylor, some things that's happening there. Let's talk about the TamirRice tragedy that continues to go on. Let's talk about the elections here in Georgia, and let's close it out with a little bit of a Rona check-in. Let's get to it. All right, you guys, so you already know it was a lot of talk all last week about the stimulus bill that the House and the Senate was able to agree on. They pushed the bill through. It was some $900 billion bill. This is to get Americans over until the Biden-Harris administration comes in and, further helps the Americans that desperately need it. So, we've all been complaining about the fact that our government seems to have left Americans hanging because the stimulus bill that originally happened back in March, it expired in July for the most part, and there hasn't been any aid that's been put forth since. Now, when I say expire for the most part, I'm talking about really what was the most important part of that stimulus bill, at least for us, which was the monetary help, the $600 extra a week for those who were on unemployment. That was probably the most needed help that the Americans got. While it was a pretty good deal, it did not last long, and in July, everybody lost that benefit. And they offered that unemployment help to contract workers, people who normally wouldn't be able to file for unemployment. They opened it up to everybody. People were able to get the help, but like I said, that ran out in July. Ever since then, people have just been getting unemployment from their state, which is whatever they would have qualified for. And you and I both know that is very difficult to live on. It substantially decreases the amount of help that Americans were getting. So for the most part, that is what everybody had been looking for. I know that people that have small businesses was looking for further help. The people that have mortgages, people that own property were looking for help, people who were threatened to get evicted. All those things were also in that bill, but the monetary help is really what most people were complaining about. Help is on the way. Like I said, the stimulus bill went into effect. YSAP threw a wrench in the program last week while I was off and refused to sign the bill because he felt like it had a lot of frivolous shit on there where money was being wasted, and he also felt like the $600 was too low. Okay, I think that everybody agreed with him, at least us, okay, the general population. However, your government did not agree. They were upset with the fact that he even did that, in the last hour. I wasn't surprised at all. As a matter of fact, I told you guys on the video, I was wondering if the man was going to sign this shit just to be petty. Okay. I don't believe for 1 minute that he is concerned about the average American and the fact that folks do need that $2,000. I totally believe he did it just to fuck with everybody. Okay. And this was going to be the first time in a long time. It might have even been history where, no, I'm sure it's not in history, but this was going to be a first time in a long time that that the government was going to actually just override him and push forward the stimulus bill. And then when they said that they were going to do that, he finally said, okay, he'll sign the shit. Okay, but $600 was still too low. Of course, the Democrats love the fact that he said that because they were trying to get more money anyway. Everybody always says the Democrat is they feel like they just got money to just be spending every which kind of way. So they were all over it. Nancy Pelosi wanted the $2,000, presented it in the House, and it did pass there. However, it had to go to the Senate. Mitch McConnell was not going to let that happen, shot that shit down. Actually, he said that I think he just didn't even allow it to be discussed, or they're going to further discuss it or something. In the meantime, the $600 is what it is now. If they for some reason, which I don't believe it will happen, but if for some reason they decide on this $2,000, then you will get that in addition to the $600 that you will already have gotten. So they're saying that the $600 has already started being deposited into accounts as of last night. If you are one of those ones that were lucky enough to get the $600, then let me know. But yeah, the shit is in motion, okay? So help, however small it is on its way. And like I said, when Biden Harris, they say when they come in, they will, you know, make some more help available to the Americans. So the stipulations for the $600 is the same as before. You know, you couldn't have made more than $75,000 in a year. That's if you were single. If you filed jointly, then you couldn't have made together $150,000. Head of household can't make more than $112,500. And those who make more than those amounts that I described to you will make like, it'll be like an incremental, I can't make this say the word, incremental scale. So basically it's $5 per $100 that you make is what your deposit from the government will be. Now, like I said, even though the payment started out going out last night, they're saying more likely people won't see most activity in their accounts or in the mail, actually in their accounts for 2 weeks. I don't know how long it's gonna take for those who have to actually wait on a paper check. But those who are lucky enough to get an immediate deposit, you should be looking for it in the next couple of weeks. As far as the unemployment is concerned, instead of getting the $600 a week, you will now be getting $300 a week in addition to whatever your state unemployment was giving you. And that will be going on for the next 11 weeks. So it goes all the way out until I think March 14th. So they extended the unemployment. If your unemployment had already lapsed, because a lot of people's unemployment was ending on December 26th, they actually will take some time to get you back into the system automatically. And you should, you know, it's going to take a few weeks. So you're going to miss a few payments, but then you will be able to get back on the $300 a week payment, like I said, for the next 11 weeks. Student loans, they're still on hold, I believe, until the end of January. There is $25 billion that's going to state and local governments to help renters who have fallen behind on their rent. And if you are having issues with your rent, getting your rent paid, then you should check to make sure that you would qualify for it. Of course, they're saying that low income families will be prioritized. Those will be the ones who have access to that money immediately. And I guess it will trickle down from there. And you guys remember the CDC got involved with that whole eviction thing. They did not want people to get evicted because they were afraid that we would have this mass amount of people that were homeless and that they would show up in shelters, and that would further make it difficult to treat COVID-19 patients. It would, you know, overburden the health system that's already overburdened, and we would have a major crisis, a major disaster on our hands. So that is how all of that ties in. They also had other things that happened in the bill, including the Pell Grant being available to prisoners so that they can further their education in jail. And they also made surprise medical bills illegal. Excuse me, especially in this time with COVID going on, people have been getting bills for things that they had no idea that they were going to be charged for. And it has put people even in a further bind. I mean, if you already got COVID and you already been sick and you ain't working and you ain't got no damn money, and then here you get this fucking bill for some thousands of dollars. Yeah, no. Okay. So they have put a stop to those surprise medical bills. There's a change to the earned income tax credit. There's revisions to the food stamp program. Also in the bill, they talk about FAFSA and how difficult the application is and how they will change that. That won't happen until, I believe they said, October of 2022, but that definitely is on the table, that they're going to make it not be so extensive. There's also a part in the bill where they're talking about offering internet help on the internet bill to make sure that households can keep the internet in their home. And I don't know if all of the internet companies are doing that, but you would check with your internet company. I think they're saying that they're going to drop it down to $50. I'm not sure what the speed on that would be, how many devices you can have hooked up to that. You know, you would need to check with your internet provider and see if they're even offering that kind of help. They're saying that teachers get to write off medical and protective gear to help prevent COVID. So those are some of the bigger things that this bill is going to have. There's, like I said, there are some frivolous, I guess frivolous to me. I don't know why it would be that important to provide the type of help that some of those things in that bill offer. You guys know that one of the biggest arguments that people that were against this bill, you know, Democrats and Republicans alike, was that the bill is over 5,000 pages. People didn't have time to read through the bill in this rush to push it through because we're at the end of the year and now it's crunch time because everybody's really about to be in the jam come January 1st. It kind of felt like it was like them trying to sneak some shit through because, you know, in the face of desperation, because we got to hurry up and help these people. But the whole thing is they ain't really trying to help us for 6 fucking months or, you know, since July. Now we down to December. Now it's like, okay, get all this through. And you got shit in there that's helping koi fish and Detroit and some other stuff, y'all. So that's what I'm saying. So that is why supposedly YSAP and others were not really happy with this bill. But like I said, people need the help. And the most important parts of the bill is what they're trying to get through, okay, and what they're focusing on. So, it's all part of politics, you guys. People, shit like that happens. Shit like that does happen. But, yeah, so the bill, $900 billion. I know originally Democrats was trying to get $3 trillion. I think the Republicans was trying to do $1 trillion. We thought maybe they was going to meet in the middle on $2 trillion. That wasn't happening, and that was why the shit got pushed off so far. But $900 billion now. When Biden-Harris comes in, they're promising that help is on the way. So we'll see what happens then. But yeah, you guys, y'all let me know if y'all hit that, if that's 600, if them 6 stacks made it into your account. All right, you guys, some updates on the BreonnaTaylor case. They're saying that police officer Miles Cosgrove, who actually is the police officer who shot the bullet, who was the fatal bullet that killed BreonnaTaylor, he will be fired from the Kentucky Police Department, whatever the office was there. Also, Joshua James, who is the person who sought the no-knock warrant in the police department. I don't know if he's a police officer or not, but he also will be fired. They're saying that there are other police officers that were involved who will face disciplinary actions. You guys, to me, really, if we ain't putting niggas in jail, then what the fuck is we talking about? Like, fired? What does fired mean when they can just go get a job somewhere else? They still have their freedom. They still have their life, you know? I'm sure it's probably not the most comfortable life right now, but I'm okay with that because you got away with murder, if you ask me. You know, they can keep telling us and pacifying and say, oh, we firing these people and all that. That doesn't do anything for me. At the end of the day, this young black woman innocently in her home sleep was killed, dead. Nobody to pay for it, okay? They concerned about motherfuckers that's in other apartments. And yes, those people should have been protected as well. But when we talking about the main thing here is this young black woman who was not fucking around with nobody in her own home, sleep, was killed. Okay, so I don't care about these firings. I really don't. All right. So, but that's what's happening down in Kentucky. Just every now and then they give you a little crumb, child, just a little. Also, to make you pissed, there was a bust that was created by artist Leo Carson. It was erected, or it was, put up in Oakland, California just 2 weeks ago. And on Saturday night, they found out that somebody had vandalized it, had busted the head and, messed up the bust of the statue that was there. Of course, people were disappointed. They did not have a suspect. They don't know who did it. I'm thinking to myself, like, it is cameras fucking everywhere. you should actually have some sort of camera footage or somebody, you know, coming and destroying the statue. As of right now, they're saying that they don't, okay? But they're saying that there is an investigation that's going on to see, you know, who might be behind that. The artist did say that he felt like it was like a racial attack, you know, just to further halt the fight for Black freedom, okay? And I tend to agree. I mean, if you're going around busting something like a BreonnaTaylor statue, you definitely are making a statement, so. It's unfortunate, but it's not surprising, right? Because we live in America, and this year, if anything, we should know that to at least some people out there, you know, we Black people seem to really give them problems, and they can't help themselves but to do things like this. So it is unfortunate, but there has been a local law firm out there in Oakland, California that has agreed to, I mean, not agreed, like nobody asked them. They actually offered to have it fixed. You know, I guess pay the artist, I want to keep saying author, pay the artist to do the statue again. So it will be back, and hopefully maybe they can put something around it that would protect it, some sort of glass or something. I mean, it's just unfortunate you got to do all this kind of shit. It's a damn statue, you know, and people have this problem. What the fuck is wrong with America? I'm not asking for an answer. I already know. But you know, that's what you think to yourself, like, I can't believe I live in a country that's like this, but I can. So that is the update that's going on the BreonnaTaylor case. Let's move it on to the next. Okay, well, another case that'll probably get you a little irritated today is the TamirRice case. You guys know back in 2014, TamirRice was in a park. He had a like an air pistol, what do they call them? Soft air, I believe, toy guns. He had it on him, and he was riding his bike through the park, and I guess somebody had seen him with it and ended up calling the police. In the 911 call, the person said that it was probably a kid, the gun was probably fake, but you know, maybe the police could come down there and check on it just to make sure. Well, the operator did not give that information to the police, so they did not know that this was a child with a toy gun out there in the park. That is the police department's argument about why they acted so quickly when they got to the park. They saw the boy on the bike. They're saying they didn't know he was a boy. And they saw him reaching for something, and they assumed that it was a real gun, and they shot him within 2 seconds of getting to the park. Now, we ain't tried to get no clarification on what is going on there, nothing. They just got there, 2 seconds later, shot and killed him. Many people have said that this is just another case of, you know, police acting too quickly, police not trying to get some clarity on the situation, police not having any kind of concern for a Black community. You know, we've heard this over and over and over and over and over again. We just now find out that the U.S. Justice Department said that they don't have enough evidence to federally criminally charge the two officers that was involved in that shooting. And because of that, this case is now done. Okay, nothing will happen to those officers. They say that the state did settle with the family, with the Rice family, back in 2015, I believe it was, for $6 million. And that was in a wrongful death, wrongful death settlement. But as far as criminally putting somebody in jail, it's not going to happen. And people can also close the book on this case here. It's not happening, which is very sad. But you know, we'll add TamirRice to the list of the long list of Black people who have been killed by the hands of an overly eager and anxious police department. Let's talk about the explosion on Christmas Day in Nashville, Tennessee. They're saying that bomber Anthony Warner detonated a bomb right by an AT&T transmission building. They're saying that the explosion damaged 40 buildings. They say that 8 people were injured from the blast. Anthony Warner did not survive the bomb. And now, of course, afterwards, everybody is trying to figure out what's going on with Anthony Warner. Okay. His girlfriend has recently come out and said that she spoke with the police back in 2019 and told them that he was creating bombs in his RV on his property. The police have said that they didn't have any proof that anything criminally was happening. So when they went to his house to check on this report that the girlfriend had put in, he wouldn't open the door. And since they didn't have any, like I said, proof that anything was happening, they didn't decide to go in. So, this man had been creating bombs, I guess. I don't know if any kind of file was made on him. Even if you couldn't go into the house, like, it seems like maybe you would be a little bit more aware of that person, what they're doing, what they're buying, you know, kind of just following to see if there was really any truth to what the girlfriend was saying. They're not really saying that any of this kind of stuff happened. As a matter of fact, there's not much talk about the bombing. I was out of town. I wasn't really watching the news last week, but it just seems like the bombing was pretty quiet, possibly because he was the only person that was killed. But still, it's just weird. The case is a little weird. It doesn't seem to be much attention on it. But again, these domestic terrorists always seem to be white folks, and they continue to put all this pressure on black people, the police department, when really it feels like maybe you guys ought to be worried about these disgruntled white men out here that are creating these threats and causing all this havoc and putting many, many, many lives in danger, you know, out here making bombs and setting them off, you know. Just a word to the police departments around the country. Yeah, maybe it's time to take them a little bit more seriously. All right, you guys, the runoff that is happening here in Georgia, like I said, hot and heavy, take your shot. It ends today. Actually, today is the last day that you're able to early vote. If you don't do it today, then you need to be in the polls on January 5th, which is the day that it all goes down. And of course, this is the runoff between David Perdue, who is the current senator here in Georgia, against what the boy name is, David Perdue against John Ossoff. I had a brain freeze. And then we also have a runoff between Kelly Loeffler, and who is the current senator, and Ralph Warnock. Okay. And like I said, commercials everywhere is just ruthless. But we should know in a week or two, at least a week, probably more than that, though. They're saying that we probably won't get because the count was so close last time, that we already know that there's going to be many people that's calling for recounts. And I mean, unless it's just some blowout, I don't think they're expecting that. We might not know for the most part on January 5th who won that election. Okay, so just another some more shit about the like the damn presidential election. I can't get my words together, you guys. So yeah, I'm looking forward for it to be done. Like, it's politics is just, I'm over it, child. We over it. Let's just get it done. I hope that we can flip Georgia for real. It would be great to have 2 Democratic senators. Of course, that will change the scope of probably Biden's first 2 years in office. Hopefully he could get a lot of things done, because then the Senate will be controlled by the Democrats, and so will the House. Okay. And of course, Republicans don't want that. You guys should see the commercials now. They got people saying, I voted for Biden, but when it came time to vote for the Senate, I'm concerned. Okay. we don't want to give the Democrats all the control, so we're going to vote for David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler. Okay, that's the new angle that they got on these fucking commercials, child. They be something else. But anyway, that is what's happening here, okay? January 6th is another date that is standing out to a lot of people because that is the day that Mike Pence is supposed to go in and confirm the electors, House of Electors votes that will 100% solidify Biden in the office as the next president of the United States of America. People are all saying, is Mike Pence going to do the right thing? You know, YSAP has recently tweeted, see you on January 6th, which means, you know, a lot of people have taken that to mean that him and his boy Mike Pence got a plan going where Mike Pence is not going to confirm that vote and that, you know, YSAP will continue to be y'all's president. Okay, I really can't picture Mike Pence doing something like that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he probably got the bubble guts, because the minute that he doesn't do that, then, you know, YSAP is gonna have a lot of shit to say about him as well. But child, I'm sure they sick of him. Get YSAP the fuck out the office. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to see what he's going to do on Inauguration Day. I don't know what the fool might do. Okay? But I would pay money to see him get dragged out of there. Money, good hard-earned money, you guys. But anyway, that's what's going on here in Georgia. It is really intense, and people really, no matter what side you are on, people want that ticket. So we gonna see what happens, and of course I'll be here to let you guys know. All right, you guys, let's round it on up with a Rona check-in. Okay, let me give you a few numbers here. As of the 29th, which was yesterday, we've had 200,092 cases reported. One day, you guys. And in one day, we had 3,626 deaths. That's in the United States of America. The United States has had over 19.5 million cases reported since March. And it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Okay? But we knew that this is what was going to happen. They always said that the winter months was going to be the most brutal. And yeah, I mean, they were right. Gonna ask you guys again this week, you know, when we start looking at these numbers and hearing these stories about these people, will you be taking the vaccination? I've thought about it long and hard, you guys. I've been watching, I've been reading, and I've decided that I am going to take the vaccination because fuck it. I mean, what else are we going to do, you guys? I'm so tired of the virus. Like, I want it to be done. I want us to be able to get back to our regular lives. And I just kind of see it like, if we don't take the vaccine, and we can't get this, if we can't get this virus under control and eradicate it eventually, then what happens? I mean, life is going to continue on like this. Like, I don't really know what else is the alternative. Okay. And like I said, I've been reading and I've been talking to people. I actually had a niece that actually got the vaccination. She works in Los Angeles in a hospital, and she said that she was happy that she did it. Hadn't had any serious side effects, and, you know, nothing bad had happened, which is for the majority of people who have taken the vaccine. Now, of course, we know that there are people that have had some side effects, some worse than others. Some start with, say, just like, you know, soreness at the spot where the shot was administered. Other people have talked about more serious or more annoying side effects, brain fog, you know, cold-like symptoms, headaches, fatigue, achiness, you know, things that, side effects that usually come with when you're taking like a flu shot vaccine or something like that. But like I said, some people have had side effects worse than others, but still nothing where they feel like they need to stop or even consider stopping the vaccines from going out. But like I said, yeah, I think I will take it. And granted, if nothing crazy happens between now and the time that it's available for the general public to take the vaccine, because I feel like as I read up on it that I can trust that it's not something that is going to do black people in. Now, I am very aware that black people have been fucked in past, in history about vaccinations, or just when it comes to the government administering unknowns, unknown drugs to people. We always talk about the Tuskegee experiment. We talk about, the government performing operations on women, gynecological type operations without their consent or without medication. Our government has a very bad history of treating Black people wrong. I'm aware of that, and definitely that is concerning. What eases my mind a little bit is Black people are now on these boards. Black people are in these rooms. Black people are in the discussions. Black people are part of the teams that are coming up with these vaccines. And I just would like to trust that Black people that are involved, that close to the creation of the vaccine, would not put something out that would affect their community. Okay. So whereas back in the day, Black people was not out there. It was a completely white controlled environment. And that is why Black people were sacrificed in those health experiments, or whatever you want to call it. But today I feel a little bit more comfortable about it. And you guys, when we think about it, we've been taking vaccines. People have been taking vaccines. Granted, again, those vaccines have been around for years and years, and it took time for them to develop it, and people put more trust in it. But I've just made that decision, and we'll see if more people will come around to it, because I don't really know what the alternative is. You just ride it out. I don't want to catch coronavirus. I've had friends that have had it. As a matter of fact, 2 friends this week I found, actually one is a family member and another is a friend. One had a stroke, mini stroke, side effect from the virus, and one had a heart attack. Again, a side effect from the virus. And they're talking about more and more that people are having all of these remaining health issues as a result of COVID. Okay, so it ain't COVID no more, but now you're more likely to get pneumonia. You got health, heart issues. You've got breathing issues. You've got, it's so many things that also come with COVID that's unknown, that I don't know if I'm willing to take the chance to just be like, no, I'm not taking it. I'm just going to take my chances on this, And of course, I understand that it's just my decision. I'm not trying to tell anybody that they need to take the vaccine. You guys are going to be like, that's right, Roxanne, the virus. You're taking the virus. But I'm not trying to tell anybody that they need to do this. I'm just trying to tell everybody that everyone needs to still just do your own research and come up with what you think is going to be the best solution for you. For me, I think that that's what it's going to be. And if nothing else bad happens between now and the summer, when I think it's available for everybody, then I will be part of that number. Y'all, COVID is real. The shit is real. Ain't going nowhere. I just gave you those numbers, right? Okay. Just a little food for thought. Rocky, love all y'all. And I want everybody to be healthy. And I want this to be gone. I want life to go back to what it was. I don't like the confusion and the fear and the stress and the, people being isolated, not being able to see your family, your friends. They're talking about nursing homes and the people dying in there of loneliness because their families can't come see them anymore. They're stuck in the house. In the homes, and they can't do all of that. To me, Corona has just caused so many problems. People are drinking more because they're in homes and they don't have shit else to do. They're stressed out. They're anxious. They need finding a way to relax. Domestic violence is up. People are having more mental health crises, and so it's so many other side effects from COVID, and I'm tired of it. Frankly, tired of it. I want life to go back to the way that it was. That is what's happening on the Rona check-in. You guys let me know how you all are doing, how you all are faring. My family is healthy for now, and I'm praying that we will continue to be, and I'm also hoping that you guys will continue to be healthy. If you aren't right now, hopefully you will become healthier soon enough. But yeah, you guys, I'm just so over it. I am so over it. Okay, I just want shit to go back to normal. All right, you guys, so that is it. Actually, that is our last Let's Talk About It for the year of 2020. Okay, so if you guys don't watch any other of my videos, and I want to say to you all, Happy New Year. Hope you guys have a happy and safe new year wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I know I don't need to say it, but I got to add a few things on. Usually I just say don't drink and drive, right? Now we got to say make sure that you socially distance, wash your hands, and wear your mask. All right. So keep all those things in mind as you're out there celebrating, you guys. But I'm going to get off of here. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm It's Rox. The channel is It's Rox. Took the 4 off. A lot of people keep asking me, why did I take the 4 off of my name? I just thought it was unnecessary. I wanted to remove it a long time ago and couldn't figure out how to do it. Okay. I just didn't want the 4 no more. I just wanted it It's Rox because that's really what I am. It is Rox, you know. So and my husband created this YouTube account for me a long time ago, before I even started the channel, and it was always 4. I think maybe It's Rox might have even been taken. I don't know. But anyway, I never wanted the 4 on there. And I figured out a way to just take it off, because I had seen other people. Ashley had changed her name, and I had seen some people change their names on YouTube, and I just did it one day, and I was like, okay, now I'm just It's Rox. It's not 4 It's Rox anymore. I know in people's mind I'm still gonna be 4 It's Rox, but yeah, It's Rox now, you guys. So no other bigger plan than that. The 4 just always got on my nerves, so that's why it's gone, you guys. But anyway, moving it on along. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Rostars. Bye.